it's time for possibly another Craig rant, because Nathan Edge, on Tuesday night, you mentioned it earlier on, the Stags play their first of 3 group games in this season's Papa John's Trophy, the Pizza Cup, as it's affectionately known this season. A trip to Harrogate awaits. Prime opportunity for players not getting minutes to show what they can do, but also, I'll say it again, it's a prime opportunity for Mansfield Town to kick on, get some good prize money, make some progression, and win some bloody silverware.
Well, we could go and win a match. Is it 10 grand when you win a game? Something
10 grand to win, yeah.
10 grand to win. So, win Tuesday night, that could be offered as a little signing on fee for a player. I'm sure that might, turn the heads a little bit. That key player. That
only if you go for a player from Shirebrook.
I mean, anybody, 10 grand, you're not going to say no to it. At 10 grand on top of being offered.
You can buy a house for 10 grand in Shirebrook.
But, I'm with you, Craig. Even though I get the arguments about why it is irrelevant, and it is in some sense. Like, it's one of them where I'm not gonna lose any sleep about being knocked out of the competition. But I do think whilst you are in it, use it to your advantage. Get some money in the bank, which is always a bonus, especially at our level, especially after COVID. Why would you turn it down? What harm is it doing to go out there and try and win a game? But I'm going to talk more about the actual on-field situation at the moment, and on the back of a couple of defeats and the fact that there's criticisms of Ollie Clark, George Lapsley, Danny Johnson, certain players, Gordon, Hewitt, players not maybe hitting their best. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of players on that. We've got a strong bench, and we've got players that aren't quite getting onto the bench. As in Harry Charlesley has only just got back into the mix, so. This is an opportunity. This is a prime opportunity for them to go out on that game, get on that pitch, get some game time, which is obviously important still at the start of the season, but to put themselves in the mind of Nigel Clough for Saturday. So, I think it's perfect timing for when it's come around because of how we've played over the last couple of weeks. I don't mean that in a massive negative way. I just mean it's an opportunity to give some players, like I say, that opportunity to go out there and play. So, I'm fully looking forward to it now. I think it's the perfect timing for the game to come around.
Yeah, it is. And it's prime opportunity, as you say, to see some of those players get some minutes, and also put themselves in the mindset of Nigel Clough ahead of Saturday's game at home, ironically, to Harrogate. I think, we're probably likely to see George Shelvey, although, Nathan Bishop's done very little, in fact, nothing at all wrong since he came in, but he'll probably get rested and Shelvey will get minutes. I would imagine we'd see James Clark play at right back. Not a lot he can do with the centre halves unless we sign somebody on Monday. We might see Ryan Burke in at left back to give McLaughlin a bit of rest. I think we'll definitely see Harry Charlesley. Really good opportunity for him to get some minutes and put himself in Clough's thoughts. Keaton Ward, Jason Law as well, who've been on the fringes, not really had a look in. Tyree Sinclair, again, will presumably get a start. Jordan Bowery up top, I'd be very surprised if he didn't get a start. And then it will just be a case of who he puts alongside him. Will it be Nathan Kane, maybe? Obviously, we know that Josh Scott's gone out on loan to Baseford, so he won't be involved. Or will it be Johnson to try and get him a goal, get his confidence going? It's a big, big opportunity, not just for for players to get in the mindset of Nigel Clough, Clive, but also for them for the team to bounce back and to sort of say, look, we're not going to make errors each week. We can play our good football. We can be strong, and we can perform. And also on the back of that as well, it's also a good opportunity for those players that have made a few mistakes in the last couple of games to say to stand up and be counted.
Yeah, I don't actually agree with what you both said about the value of the tournament and financially. I mean, I think the risks of players getting injured, players in a tournament which effectively isn't that important, outweighs the 10 grand a game. And quite honestly, if we damage our league form as a result of playing a midweek game or 3 in the Papa Smurf Trophy, the ascendancy of our gates will stop. And we've been putting gate numbers up, and quite rightly so. We've been playing good football, and people have been denied football for a while, and we've got a new management team since the last time people could come in the ground, and 1,000 extra fans at Field Mill's worth more than £10,000. So I think financially, I don't think it makes any difference. I think the real value, and you've touched on it, is it'll give the management team and the fans the chance to see some of the players that are hovering around the edges, and to see if there's anybody there that we can have the confidence in to take some of these spots where we have effectively weaknesses.
But there's my point. I mean, I do agree with you about the value versus gate receipts and potential gate receipts. But my point is on that. We have got, it's not about 11 players that we put out on a Saturday afternoon in League Two. It's about a squad. All right, we've got this under-23s trophy, which I think is a fantastic thing to be in, and will also give players the opportunity to go out and play and get extra game time and put themselves in the mindset, almost like a second Papa John's trophy. But we have got a squad. We have got a squad big enough and filled with quality enough to go out and at least progress through the group stages. I tell you now, if we do not progress through the group stages, I will be very, very disappointed indeed, because it will show me that actually we don't have a squad which has got a good enough depth, and that we are relying on 11 players. This is not just an opportunity for players to get minutes. It's an opportunity to show we are strong as a squad, and confidence breeds confidence. A win on Tuesday night is confidence going into Saturday.
There's the other point. I don't think either manager, Mansfield or Harrogate, is going to want to show their hand for the league effort next week. So I think there's going to be a certain amount of obfuscation, if that's the right word. And I think you can ring your bell next time I say that one, by the way. And I promise I won't. I'm not even sure it was appropriate. But the point I'm making is that these games will come along and they have value, but it's limited value.